different.
Clyde this time last year, a little different. You feel better prepared coming into the first game as Chief?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just really having that off time to have my first time having being able to have the same offense since my junior year of high school. Every year at LSU was a different offense going into the next season. So this is the first time I've actually had the same offense going into the off season. So I feel pretty prepared.
Clyde, you were obviously banged up towards the end of training camp with the ankle injury. Where are you health-wise right now, and do you project to be a full go for the Browns game?
Oh yeah. I feel 100% healthy, and right now I'm ready to go.
Could you have played in that last preseason game if it had been a real game?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We spent a lot of time talking to Patrick about the relationship with the new offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
What is that process like for you? Where you at? It's just like, learning any new group of people or just learning individuals, and that's kind of the thing. You really can't learn people by groups. It's really just getting to know people individually and just kind of understanding who they are as a person, and that's kind of how I was brought up. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, oh y'all, we all go do the same thing and hopefully get the same reaction out of everybody. It's really just understanding who they are as people, and really, I mean, it's my dogs, bro. So just really being as close as I can to them. Everything becomes mutual at that point. Everybody kind of understands, the things that we're trying to get done, and then personally they know, what's his goal and the things that we want to get accomplished. So it all ends up works out, once you get a good communication and good understanding of who's around.
Looking at this offensive line and how massive it is, size and weight wise, do you have a personal goal like behind this offensive line compared to last year? What you may expect to try to rush for?
Man, everything for now is kind of team oriented, and that's the thing. You always have those individual accolades that you want to accomplish, but just knowing everything is new, just having an understanding of everything, actually being able to get a grasp of the offense going into year two. My big thing wasn't like, okay, individually I want to rush for this and rush for this. It's more for me just how can we gel as fast as we possibly can with an entirely new offensive line. So that's kind of the kicker right now. As y'all can see, nobody played a full game in the preseason. So just really being able to mesh is going to be the thing for the upcoming days.
But to the point, though, I mean, there were a couple of drives, I believe it was against Arizona, where you run through the hole and you've already got 9-10 yards just like that. And I'm sure when you
oh yeah.
The hole, you're like, damn, we can do this a lot.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and that's one of those things that make you happy and makes you smile. I mean, that was literally the first run of the game. So it's one of those things you get excited about, and the things that we can do, but you also know every game is 4 quarters and it's a long season now. So just being able to do that week in and week out, everybody staying healthy and really. Just like I said, just having that mesh from the beginning. Those were, those plays and just kind of kicking off the game like that was one of those things that we always talked about, and that's kind of how relationships kind of started. Like how do you like running the ball? How just having those conversations with the O-line and really individually just understanding. Okay, well, certain guys might be like, well, I might go full speed head down at a person and just try to blow them out, or they might just read leverage and then try to block a person like that. So it's all really an understanding and 11 pieces on the field trying to work as one unit. That's our goal, man.
Where do you think you've come when it comes to pass protection since you started as a rookie now going into your second year?
Everything was about just trending in the right direction, and nobody's going to be 100% perfect at everything, but I'm confident. EB's confident. Pat's confident. And that's really the biggest thing. Having Pat standing next to me and really knowing like, okay, as far as protection and understanding the scheme, he knows what's going on. But ultimately, really picking up the guy that needs to be picked up. And right now, everything's kind of hitting the nail on the head. So I feel more than confident.
I asked EB a couple weeks ago about teams, what they want to do, and just take away what you guys do well, which was, pass the ball first.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a point of emphasis of, hey, we want to run the ball more, or is that
I would say it's always a thing. I mean, running and throwing the ball is kind of, it's whatever they're trying to stop, we can do the other. And I feel like that's how the season kind of started last year. It was everybody knows, who Pat is. They know who Trav was. They know who 10 is, and they know our game, and they know it was throwing the ball, and we started running the ball. And that's just, nobody knew what was really going to happen. And, for the most part, I want to say I was top 5 in rushing. I want to say through like week 9 or 10. So those are the things that we are able to do because we are the, a offense that we feel is gelling and meshing together. So, if they try to stop one thing, we go for the other, and we feel like if we can execute and just really understand the things that we're doing at practice, doing it full speed like y'all see every day, it kind of just transcends right onto the field.
Personally, is that something that you take pride in? Like, hey, if you're gonna stop these 3 guys, I'm gonna beat regardless.
My goal is to not be taken down by one person, and it's always just kind of been my mentality. And then other than that, like I said, well, I've said multiple times before, just everything is about the situation on the field. It's not just, these guys out here playing football and, just doing bonehead things. We're actually, in a certain situation, in a scenario, getting things from the sideline that we need to understand and go out there and execute on the field. So it's really a lot going on the field. So it's not just, I'm just trying to go get these, however many yards for a game. It's in that pinpointed situation, what is the goal and how can we execute this mission for this play? There's only one play at a time, so I don't want to think about everything else afterwards.
Clyde, kind of an off-topic question, but with the storm that hit Louisiana, I'm just wondering, did that affect your family or family's homes?
Yeah, I mean, it's for the most part, it affected I don't want to say the entire Louisiana, but it's always, man, when you see a hurricane coming in and knowing where it's going to be at in the Gulf, we just kind of know. And everybody says, well, why not evacuate? And it's just it's not always the best thing to do for money, time, school, just the whole 9 yards with how it goes down there. But my couple trees, couple fences down, kind of like that. I don't want to say normal maintenance because everybody here is not used to it, but that normal maintenance, man, cutting trees, redoing fences, trying to figure out, if any houses flooded and gutting those, and it's a never-ending cycle, and it's just kind of what it is, and take it with a grain of salt and roll with it and make it happen the next day.
Clyde, this will be your first chance to go out there here at home in front of a full crowd in the regular season games. What are your expectations for that? What can that energy do for you out there on the field?
The only time that I've been in the stadium when it was full was for the Garth Brooks concert. And that was, it was pretty exciting and pretty live, but I didn't want to psych myself out on, really getting to take in, Arrowhead in total. It's one thing sitting in the stands, but when you can put on a helmet and be on the field, and then the stadium is filled, you tend to have a different outlook on stadiums. So, the last time I played a full game was in New Orleans with a full crowd for the national championship. So it's going to be a pretty surreal moment for me, most definitely.
The offense spent a lot of time during the offseason working on some situations from last year, especially like red zone and short yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that you guys have improved significantly through that work? And as a running back, in those situations, situational football, do you get juiced up more for those downs than some other downs? Oh yeah, I mean you would. The things that we tried to get accomplished with the situational things in the spring and fall. You want to try to get as much as you can live without anything happening. So you really want to say that you worked out the kinks as far as those special situations. But the only time to tell is when the bullets are flying and everything's all go. So as far as the things that we've put in and tried to get done as far as with the special situations, I mean I feel great about it, and nobody else in the building is complaining. So. And I don't think I'm up high on the totem pole in the standpoint of really making offensive calls. So if they're if they're all good with it, then I am too.
Okay. Thanks, Clyde.
All right, no problem. Thank y'all.